Welcome back to AgriTalk from the Missouri State Fair in Sedalia. Mark Wolfe is with us, Missouri State Fair Director. And Mark, I know you're happy with the crowds you've had over the weekend. Just really off to a great start here.
We really are, Mike. We've been very blessed with some great weather to start out the Missouri State Fair this year, and it looks like it's going to continue. I think there's a little chance of some light rain around today, which will, that's okay. It doesn't hurt to wash things down every once in a while. So if it's not a heavy rain, I think folks will stick around or they'll go to buildings for a while and come back out. So, we've had some tremendous crowds, even run into some parking issues, I think, over the first 3 or 4 days. Just flat ran out of room to put everybody. So those are good problems to have, but we're just really excited about the way things have gone. Our concert lineup's done well. We had a great concert here Saturday night with Jason Aldean. And, nice thing about nice, cool weather in August at the fair is everybody's just in a better mood.
I know that, and you and I were talking about this before going on the air, everyone has seen, I think, now or heard about the tragedy at the Indiana State Fair over the weekend. And again, our hearts and our thoughts and prayers go out to those folks. When you see or hear something like that as a state fair director, I mean, what kind of thoughts go through your mind as someone that's hosting concerts and, very much aware of what goes on logistically for something like that?
Well, Mike, I think, one of the things that fairs do deal with is have a lot of outside venues. We're very exposed and very susceptible to weather sometimes, and so it's a constant process on our part. We're very fortunate here in Missouri that we have a good relationship, and it works great with us and the Missouri Highway Patrol, and those folks are experts at this kind of thing. We have a plan in place. We talk about it. We review it. We did it through this past winter. We made some additional changes. We've added some things that we do out here to help us with our weather watch, so to speak, and we've added a portable tornado siren to our campground to make sure those people are notified if we get to that point. We do pre-concert announcements about our emergency evacuation plan should it be needed, so those people are aware of where to go if we start to make that move. We monitor radar constantly. If we've got weather around, our offices, the Highway Patrol office, our security detail here on the fairgrounds, all monitor that all the time, along with the local EMA service. So we have a lot of coverage that way. We do a conference call every morning at 10 o'clock, coordinated by SEMA and the Missouri Highway Patrol for weather in this area. And if we have some potential threatening weather or change in weather pattern throughout the day, they will at that time schedule at 3 o'clock, and we'll do it again. And, if we've got threatening weather, we know with our folks backstage what it takes to get that thing lowered and how much time we need to do that, and we're not going to waste time. If we think we've got something out there that's the least bit threatening, we're going to evacuate our track, and we'll take shelter, and when the storm's over, then we'll come back and put a concert on.
I would imagine probably all state fairs are now reevaluating and reexamining those plans and going over those types of things in wake of the tragedy in Indiana this past weekend. All right, what's still on your schedule coming up? What are some of the highlights here at the Missouri State Fair?
Well, I think we've got a lot of neat stuff coming up. I think everybody, you may have already talked about this morning, but this is Farm Family Day here at the fairgrounds, so it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun, and we really appreciate Farm Bureau putting this on, and it's a great event and a great way to honor some of our county folks, our farmers around, and kind of show them off here at the fair. It's a show me thing this year anyway, so that's pretty fitting. Tomorrow's our Food Drive Tuesday. Hopefully we're going to raise a lot of food to help fight hunger in Missouri for the Missouri Food Bank Association, and we really appreciate Ford and the Missouri Farmers Care Group and the Missouri Food Bank Association for working with us to do this, and I suspect that we're gonna raise a lot of food for that event, and that ought to be a lot of fun. We get into Wednesday, we've got our first ever Bluegrass Festival here on the fairgrounds, and that evening we're going to end up with Rhonda Vincent and the Rage on the stage. So if there's bluegrass fans out there, you're going to get to see that all over the fairgrounds all day, and then a great concert with one of the best in the business that evening.
How much of a challenge is it for you running a state fair with schools seemingly opening earlier every year?
Well, that is a challenge, and, we've been approached with all kinds of options. There was a time when schools just didn't start till after Labor Day, and so it wasn't an issue, and there was some change in the legislation years back that allowed the districts to start setting those start dates, and because of that, that's why you have such a fluctuation, just town to town or district to district about when they start. So it isn't that we've moved up on them. They've kind of backed up on the fair, and we've been approached about changing the dates and things like that. But, in our situation, that's also a case of us backing up or moving forward onto another fair. I mean, the Empire Fair in Springfield ends on Sunday, and we start on Thursday. Washington Town and Country Fair the same way. So there's not a lot of room to wiggle for us without landing on someone else, and there's a lot of logistics to that.
Well, congratulations on a good start. Good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it. If this weather holds like they're saying, we ought to end up with a really great fair.
State Fair Director's dream so far with the nice cool conditions, especially coming off the very, very hot weather we just had.
That's correct. We were sweating literally what we were going to do to fight the heat and hoping and thinking all along, this has got to break, and boy, it held on and then broke just the right time. So we're tickled.
Great. Mark Wolfe, Director of the Missouri State Fair. Well, even though it's cooled off some, people are still enjoying ice cream. We're going to talk about that next with Stacy Doley with the Midwest Dairy Association from the Missouri State Fair in Sedalia. Stay with us. This is AgriTalk.